families. This week on Community Chat, Tegan Nares PLC, truck wreck and brain injury lawyers, is speaking with Jayce Witmer, owner of Triple J Plenty. Why are we speaking with Jayce? Well, he is a small business owner that has built his company from the ground up based on his reputation, skill, knowledge, authenticity, and customer service. All small business owners can learn a few pointers from Jayce. We are here to learn how Jayce puts customer service above all else, and now he has grown Triple J Plumbing beyond a residential service company to include commercial enterprises as well. I'm so glad to have you, Jayce. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Caitlin, for having me on.
Well, I really appreciate you because one, you're a friend of mine, but two, I also look up to you as a mentor, as a small business owner, because you've done a really great job with regards to your branding. It's not about advertising. It's not about spending a lot of money. It's about doing quality work and making sure people understand that they're going to get exactly what you tell them they're going to get. And so we at Hagen Nares have tried to do the same exact thing. So I really look up to you in the brand that Triple J Plumbing has. And so what I'd love to do is just share you with the community and learn a little bit more about how you started Triple J. What's your journey?
Yeah, it's been a fun one actually, Caitlin. I did cabinet making in high school, and I knew college was not my career path. I was not a school guy, definitely. I worked very hard. I've always worked hard my whole life, and the cabinet making led me into the construction field, where I had a small business doing siding and framing on production homes. And then from that point, I got introduced into the plumbing field through a close family friend. So I was very fortunate in the time I came up. I was taught by a group of very, very knowledgeable, good plumbers, which advanced my career very, very quickly. I was running big projects by the time I was like 24 years old. Went and got my license through the state as a journeyman plumber. And then started running huge projects, multi-million dollar projects. And then I had an opportunity. I kind of hit the pinnacle as far as I can go working for a company. And I got an opportunity to become a manufacturer's rep. So I went into selling plumbing to supply houses, and that quickly took off. I became the leading grease interceptor expert in North America, Mexico, Canada, and the United States. So that was cool. And I quickly learned I could actually help other plumbing companies. So I had a lot of plumbing companies reaching out to me to help them solve problems with our products that we sold. COVID came. The company I was working for merged with another company, and it wasn't a good fit anymore for me. So the next logical step was to start my own plumbing business where I could keep helping people in the field that I've come to know and love. So yeah, Triple J started during COVID, and we've just kept growing since.
Well, I think that's fantastic. And our firm is unique because we say we are a startup that happens to practice law versus a law firm. And I think whether you are doing plumbing or take any service, I think you would just be as successful because Triple J is a family-based business that prides itself on customer service and authenticity. And I have been a customer of yours, and I can attest to that. And so one of the things I would love to share with you is what is it like to be a client of Triple J Plumbing? What can people in the community expect if they were to work with you?
Well, I mean, we've built our business on customer service. Yes, we're a business, we need to make money, but we want to be fair, and I want to give you the honest answers to your problems. So if you call us into your house and you tell me your water heater's bad, for example, I'll come in and assess it, and go, oh no, you just need a gas valve, or your igniter's bad, your thermocoupler, whatever it might be. And I'll give you the option. And depending on the age of your water heater, I've told several people, yeah, I mean, you could pay us to replace that part. But in the long term, this water heater's 8 years old. It's going to fail soon. So don't spend the money on that, and just let's replace it. So it's not always what the news you want to hear, but it's the honest truth that's going to save you money in the long run. Yeah, we just that's where it starts. And then, I mean, yesterday we got a call from, yesterday was the Marine Corps birthday. and I got a call from a family that had 10 people coming in town to stay with them. They were throwing a party for the Marine Corps birthday at a local place, and their water heater went out. So they called me, what was that, Thursday night, and said, "Hey, we have this water heater out. I have a call to another guy." And the other guy wasn't licensed as a plumber. They were going to buy a water heater through Home Depot. After a short conversation with them, um, we she decided to go with us. They needed to leave home by 2 o'clock. We had a big commercial project going on that we're prepping for inspection. I broke two guys loose. We got over there, and then I showed up at the very end just to check. We had other things going on, and I was able to get freed up. And they were commenting to me how phenomenal it was that we got out there. We knew exactly what we were doing. The buck wasn't passed from person to person like with this other company. And the second part is we were licensed in providing a water heater through a supplier where the manufacturer backs it up and not the homeowner trying to deal with the manufacturer themselves. I have local people here ready to help us with parts and pieces or whatever we might need to take care of a problem. And then I got to talk with the husband for a bit and congratulated him and wished him happy birthday on the Marine Corps' birthday. And he said what a pleasure it was to have our guys in his house, hearing them, the banter between the two guys, having fun with each other, and that the employees really enjoy working here, which makes it a big deal to the homeowners. Like when you have happy people in your house, it's more enjoyable than some grumpy guy trying to fix your pipes.
Yeah.
So, and then he gave me an extra $100 in cash and said, "Will you please give this to your guys as a tip on top of our fee?"
Yeah.
So,
fantastic. And you and me always joke about that. No one calls us in a good situation. And so it's always just kind of how you react when you get those phone calls that matter.
yeah, but and the nice thing is I have a lot of customers, and it's funny because it's become a joke, and maybe I should put it on my van. Jayce, we love seeing you and having you and your guys at our house.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't like to see you that often because every time we see you, we have to pay you, which isn't always true. I do hang out. There's some customers I've become close with, and we do things together outside of business. So, yeah, we really get a lot, and we like to give back to the community, and we do that a lot. I do work with my church very closely. Last year I found a family that needed a water heater around this time of year, Christmas time, and they didn't have the money for the water heater. So I called the pastor at our church and asked them if they'd be willing to fork up some money to help get these people a new water heater. I mean, they really needed it. And so my church was gracious enough to donate the cost of the water heater, and I donated the cost of the labor. So we do look for opportunities in the community to give back. And I think, that is who we are. We just care about our customers. We love our customers and we want them to be happy. So at all costs, we will do whatever it takes to make our customers happy.
And I think that's fantastic. So that's exactly why I wanted to talk to you. Again, it doesn't matter what service industry you would be in, Jayce. I think you would do phenomenally just because this is the mission kind of Triple J, again, a family-based company. And what I would love for you to do is share, just before we leave, a training tidbit for the community, something that they just need to know, just as a takeaway from you, because we really appreciate you being here.
Yeah, there's so many things that I wish I could give. One of the big things I do want to convey to the community is there's a lot of handymen out there and they're very good at what they do. But a lot of times they get over their heads. They get into projects that they shouldn't be doing. That, there's a reason why I have a license that, it's a 5-hour test to get a master's plumbing license, plus all the years involved to get to that point where you could take the test. But recently we just did a job for a lady and I gave her a price and she thought it was too high. She hired a handyman to do it. They could not pull a permit. It did not pass inspection when they pulled their own permit. So they ended up having to pay me to come in. Handymen have their place and a lot of them are very skilled workers. But when it comes to specialty things in your home, it's really, really worth paying the little bit extra to get a licensed and insured professional into your home to do it. Um, so I think that's one of the big things. And then for your houses, I spend a lot of time replacing hose bibs for families in the neighborhood. And it's as simple as disconnect your hose in the wintertime from your hose bib. It'll save you money. It'll save you, if your basement's finished, us cutting a hole in your ceiling in your basement. So, yeah, I guess, if you want a little tidbit to really save yourself some money and a lot of heartache, disconnect your hoses from your hose bibs in the winter.
Jayce, I feel like we could go on the road together because I could do the same exact analogy about hiring a specialized personal injury attorney and also getting the proper insurance to save you in the long run. So we should have an act. We can do this together. And I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for all you do for the community. You're wonderful. I'll include all your information in our show notes. And so I really recommend highly Triple J Plumbing. Again, I was a customer. A+ quality work. Thank you so much for all you do.
Caitlin, thank you guys and your company. You guys are phenomenal people, and the way you guys give back to the community and the time you guys take to help other businesses. Thank you so much. You guys are a leader in our community, and I look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you so much.